much easier access.
I gotta make this quick. Baylor and Notre Dame are playing on TV right now. So
is it close?
Who's up?
Yeah.
Baylor beating them down.
Oh. Is everyone available today?
Andre's not playing tonight, and Sean is questionable.
And then all season long, we've been talking about Ode to Oracle, 47 years here, and what it means to play in this building. Now, the moment it's here, the last regular season game. What were you thinking about on your way to the arena today?
To be honest, since it's not really the last game here, I know it's a ceremonial final game. I didn't get too sentimental or emotional or anything because hopefully we're going to be coming back here and playing a lot more games in the next couple of months. So I'll probably hold off on the emotion until it actually happens. But I am thrilled that we're gathering some former players today and honoring Oracle, honoring this building and what it has meant to so many people here in the Bay Area and to so many teams, coaches. It's a special place.
Steve, I know it's all caution with Andre and Sean sometimes, but where do you think they are physically going into the playoffs? Obviously, they remain very important players. Are you content with where they are physically?
Yeah, I think they're fine. If this were a playoff game, Andre would play. We're just trying to stay in front of the injury that he's dealing with. And I think giving him the next couple of days should take care of it. And same with Sean. Sean just knocked knees with somebody on the other team the other night, and that's why we didn't play him. It's really more precautionary than anything. And he's going to warm up tonight and see how he's doing. But I feel really comfortable with where they are health-wise.
There's some jockeying going on for the number 8 seed in the West. Do you find yourself thinking about what might be a more favorable matchup to you, and would you prefer Clippers for the simple reason of proximity?
I know you guys have to ask these questions, and then I have to answer them without giving an answer. So the song and dance that we have to go through. I can't say anything about who we'd rather play. I do know that all 3 teams that are possibilities are all playing at a really high level. This is not going to be your typical 1-8 matchup, assuming we take care of business and get the 1 seed. So there's going to be a difficult matchup, no matter how it plays out. So we'll just see what happens.
When you brought Boogie in here, you said it's clear, or you're talking about his role, it's as a backup to the backup or whatever, but he's playing some pretty nice minutes, obviously in different situations. Is he playing himself possibly into a larger role than you might have imagined?
I think everything's on the table. That's how the playoffs go. You just do whatever it takes to win each game, and that means making adjustments during the game, lineup changes between games, whatever. Bogut is a hell of a player. I mean, it was an unbelievable pickup for us. And so I just feel really comfortable knowing that we've got insurance behind DeMarcus, but also depth in our front court. And if a matchup calls for it, then he's going to play.
Alvin Adels will go into the Hall of Fame. When you consider everything he's done for the Warriors, everything he's done for basketball, was that clearly his destiny?
Yeah, I was actually surprised that he wasn't already in the Hall of Fame. I thought he already was. So when I heard the news the other day, it surprised me in that regard. But he's basically been the face of the Warriors here for a long, long time. And one of the first things I did 5 years ago when I got the job was to bring Al in with Tom Meshery came. Let's see, Nate Thurmond.
I don't think those were the 3.
Those 3, we brought them in. We didn't need to bring Jim Barnett in. We see him every day. We brought those 3 in just as a reminder of the importance of the history of our franchise. You guys have been in our practice facility. We're really proud of the history, the former great players and coaches that we've had in this franchise over the years. So Al has always been the guy who I thought was the face of the franchise, the one who connected all the dots from being a player to a coach, GM, ambassador. So it's very fitting that he is heading for the Hall of Fame. We're all really thrilled for him.
Steve, you've talked several times this season about coming to Oracle as a visiting player and how loud it was. Mm-hmm. Any specific memory, maybe the first time you came here, that kind of elaborates on that?
My rookie year, when I was playing for the Phoenix Suns, I missed 56 games that year with Achilles tendonitis. I can't remember if it was my left or right, whichever one they told me that I had. That's your best season.
Wow. Cheap seats.
Anything else? Gallery over there. So where were we? We played the Warriors in the playoffs that year. I believe it was I think it was the first round. And it was best of 5. Could have been the second round, but I think it was the first. And I had been here, for a game or two in the regular season, and then you could always feel the energy here in Oracle, regular season or not. But that first year, my first year in the NBA, to come into this building and experience the playoffs and feel the energy was really the first time that I was exposed to just how unique and special this place is, and how much energy. I think Doc Rivers even talked about it the other day. I read one of his quotes about coming to Oracle, and no matter when I've been here since 1988, there's always this electric feeling in the stands that you don't feel in most arenas. But it's always been here through thick and thin. People love basketball here; they love the Warriors, and it's never changed, no matter how good or bad the team was.
Steve, how would you describe the rivalry between the Warriors and Clippers when you first got here? Obviously, the Clippers are going through some personnel changes, and it's a little different now. But what did you see when you first came in here with that team against the Warriors?
Yeah, that was definitely the biggest rivalry we had because they were really good. They beat us in the playoffs 2014, and still a championship contender, with Blake and Chris Paul and DeAndre. So it was, that first year, every matchup with the Clippers, I could feel it. Being new to the rivalry, I could feel the extra energy and the edge in the air.
Steve, when you kind of look at the big picture with DeMarcus' progress, what were your initial expectations coming into the season, knowing the injury he had and who he is and how it's kind of matched up with what we've seen?
Well, I wasn't sure what to expect because he was so different from anything we'd ever had here. I knew it was going to be a different transition than just adding somebody who sort of fit the mold of what the Warriors have been the last 4 years. So I was very intrigued, a little worried, and not sure what to expect. And I told him after the game the other night, I think things could not have worked out any better to this point. He's playing at a really high level. To me, it looks like he's playing as well as he ever has. And in a short period of time, he's fit in. And we've adapted to him. We sort of play with a different style at times because we're able to use his presence down there. So it's given us a different dimension. And his attitude and his approach, two things that were talked about quite a bit before he got here. They've been fantastic. He's a competitor and he's emotional, but he's also adapted quickly and comfortable and confident, and he doesn't glare at me anymore when I take him out of the game. That happened the first few times that he did that. And we laugh about it now, but I'm really happy for him because think about what he went through last year. Career-threatening injury on the cusp of free agency, and he's going to sign this life-altering contract. And for him to go through that and now be back in this position where he's on top of his game again, has a chance. I'm not sure.
Steve, how have you seen your players? Steve, how have you seen your players' relationship with the referees evolve over the past couple of years? And is there anything they can do to maybe work on that relationship in the next couple of weeks?
We just need to be more poised. I think in general, the playoffs, you have to show more poise. Everything matters a little bit more. So I think we've got to be calmer, more poised. And there's a way to do that. You just, you got to move on to the next play, and that's what we're going to emphasize. The whole thing with the officials is that everything changes when the game starts. Before the game and after the game, it's always very friendly, and you see them in the hallways, you chat. And Kenny Maurer and I had a really good laugh the other day after what I did to him in Portland. All that screaming and yelling, and my mom was really mad at me. I told Kenny, I go, my mom was so disappointed in me, but it's it's like it's kind of part of the game. It's part of the show, and then the game ends, and you see these guys, and they're great guys. So it's hard for fans to understand how you can have that kind of dysfunctional relationship with an entire group of people, but it's the nature of the game, and we've got to do a better job of just keeping our poise during the game, and I think we'll be fine. That's it? I might get too light.
It's tough to read, right?
Anyway, Raymond was drawing something for me to say that I couldn't see.
Good.